Start pruning your trees in March when they're still dormant. There's no risk of harming them, and definitely not wanting to wait too long when their buds are breaking and they're leafing out.
With the spring weather now upon us, it's time to get outdoors and do that annual tree maintenance. Before you start, be sure to know what kind of tree it is that you are going to prune. The type of tree will determine how it should be shaped. And once you have an idea of form, gather together the tools for the job. Sarah MacCrimmon recommends having a ladder, gloves, and a manual on hand, along with tree loppers that have a beveled blade, and rubbing alcohol to sanitize them.
If you have multiple trees that you're working on or different types of trees or shrubs, you should be cleaning your tools in between each tree or shrub, because then you're not passing potential pathogens, viruses, rust, diseases, things like that to the next tree, especially with fruit-bearing shrubs and trees.
When beginning to prune, MacCrimmon advises to first remove all sucker branches sprouting around the base of the tree. Next, she focuses on branches that display what she calls the 3 Ds, which stand for dead, dying, and diseased.
So that might be branches that have knots or funguses, discoloration, things that just don't look normal. You want to cut those out.
Once the 3 Ds have all been removed, it's time to start shaping the tree.
Say it's an ornamental tree, it's a flowering tree. Usually they're in a globe, a pyramid, a cylinder shape. But with fruit trees, you want to maximize the sunlight to the leaves, and that actually encourages a certain kind of growth to your fruit. You're opening it up too so that it allows for air and light penetration, so that you're eliminating disease formation in areas that are clogged with leaves and branches that don't see any light or air. If you see branches crossing towards the inside of the tree or crossing each other, cut those out. If you're trying to decide if you need to keep one of those, look for the healthier, larger, stronger branch.
And when pruning fruit trees, experts advise on removing vegetative growth while leaving the fruiting growth, which will send the plant's energy to producing more fruit rather than leaves.
Where it looks like older wood, and it almost looks like it's a little bit wrinkled, and then it ends up switching to smooth, generally darker wood. So there's the difference between the fruiting wood and the vegetative wood. So when you make a cut, you want to cut on an angle, so about a 45-degree angle, so that water doesn't sit on top of the cut and then grow spurs around it. That way water will flow off of it and down on the ground.
Pruning is not always necessary, but the regular maintenance, besides keeping it healthy, will also extend the life of the tree.
It's important to prune so that you are encouraging your plant to grow in a healthy way. You're eliminating any areas that disease and insects can start growing in if they don't have enough light and air penetration through the plant. By pruning, you're also encouraging larger fruit.
For Go Kootenays in Weimar, I'm Kristina Kruchkowski.